All right. Okay, sharing these links. Wow. Yo, what's up, homies? How you guys doing? Fuck, it's been a while since I've done one of these. So I need to... Actually, I'll get started on a track. So Kaylin's... Yo, Leon, stop, bro. Sup, Cameron? What's good, guys? How's the volume? Hope it's not too hectic. I had that way up, so I don't know if that actually affected you guys. How's the volume like with the music?
What happened? What is this place? Who are you? Where do you come from?
I thought it was really tight track, man. I'm liking this deep dub stuff, eh? I thought that in this area here, thank fuck that you guys can actually see my screen, so I don't have to like try and fucking point with my fingers or some shit. So in this part here, you do like a pre-drop, and that works. But if you take out all the bass on that, it's way more. It's super effective if you take out the bass on that. before the kick drum comes in, rather than it just having the same amount of low end frequencies and then the kick just comes in. Like up to that point, I would take out the sub entirely. So then it's just purely that like mid sound. Like you just low cut it up to like even 150 hertz to even 200. That's what I do on all of my build ups. If I'm going to tease in a track, I'll take out pretty much all the low end of that synth that's going to be teased in. All these sounds and stuff are really dope and they work well together. The only thing is that it seems like there's too much stereo reverb, delays and whatnot, that it's like overlapping a bit with all the different elements. So you've got a lot of different elements coming in here and there, like especially in this part. And because they've all got a large amount of reverb and delay that they're overlapping. So what you can do is you can bounce everything down to audio, and then you can see the tails that will happen after each sound, like in the actual audio file. And then in your project, you can just like cut out or fade off those reverb tails, so then they don't like conflict and clash with the other reverbs that are happening. Because you can see that happening right there in real time, rather than it being rather than it happening via the MIDI, because you can't really see the actual reverb. But if you bounce it down to audio, you'll be able to see exactly where it is and where it's clashing or whatnot. Other than that, I think maybe just send that to me again, have a tweak, lower the reverb, and like I do my reverb through sends, returns for Ableton. I use Logic, so it sends. And I send only about like 30 to 20 negative dB of signal to the actual send/return. And then that is, the mix is like all the way up, and I have like the depth. I'll need to bring up, like, I can't remember my reverb settings off by heart, but I really need to start opening up my projects while I'm doing these feedbacks, because then I can reference things and whatnot. But yeah, I'll get back to me on this. Just try lowering the reverb everywhere and the delay and whatnot. Yeah, definitely. Okay, next one. This over my Twitch stream like a few months back. I still have this. I'm pretty sure you have sent this one before, but like all your stuff is like super dope, bro. I honestly, every time you send me shit, Leon, I don't even know what to say because your stuff's dope. Like, like I barely have any feedback. The only feedback I ever have on your stuff is somewhat like structural, but that's like structural feedback is like subjective. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've sent me stuff on Twitch before, bro. I'm pretty damn sure you have, man. Like, you sent me some You sent me some like noisier sounding stuff. Like it was hell neurofunk. And like there was like heaps of, I'm pretty sure there was heaps of pre-drops in one of the tracks you sent me. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I've listened, maybe I was feedbacking it. Maybe I was feedbacking it on Facebook. I don't know. I swear I have, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I swear I was like feedbacking your shit on Twitch. The fuck? But so are you not on my Discord channel? Because I've got like, because Discord's usually where I do all these live streams, like over Twitch. Well, I don't really do the Twitch anymore because Twitch fucking sucks for like music production, really. Like if you want to grow organically through Twitch, it works, but it just isn't as effective as YouTube, because with YouTube you can be uploading videos and doing live streams and whatnot, like feeding into each other. While Twitch is more like you just have to be grinding on it every single day, and that only really is possible if you're playing video games, to be honest. Because like I tried doing the live streams every single day, and I was doing like 6 hours at a time, and it was just so draining. Yeah, I will do. I'll need to. I'm honestly so over like Facebook and shit. Even though that was my job for so long, was Facebook ads and whatnot and marketing and shit for other artists. I'm so much more interested in Discord and YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. It's just more interesting because it's new. Okay, on to the next tracks. I posted the link all over the place. Well, not really. It's just on the last status. Shit. I should probably announce. Oh, I did announce. No, I haven't announced on here. Because like if you're in this Discord, then no matter where I'm live streaming, you'll get a notification. That's the good thing about it. So yeah, fuck Facebook. And like I'll contradict myself because like I'm a Facebook enthusiast, but like lately the reach is just so bad that like I think it's slowly becoming into MySpace, but with like a whole marketing ad system. Like it was inevitable for this to happen. Like I said this to a lot of my students. I said, you know, Facebook is going to turn to a pay-for-play platform, and it has. It finally has. Eventually what will happen is that everything I do will just be in this Discord, because it's just way easier for me to like live stream and like keep in touch with people who are actually interested in this kind of shit. And like there's an actual, it's like a forum essentially, you know, just like the good old days. familiar with this kind of genre, like trip hop. So I really don't know what to say. I was definitely tripped out. If that was the intention, which I think it was, I'm definitely tripped out. Yeah, my mind would never be the same. No, it's like midnight here, and I'm like already tired as fuck. um, I mean, if it was my own track, I'd make a bit more of like a obvious structure change. So like make it more obvious when there is a break, and then when it's more obvious when there's a drop. As in taking out certain elements. So then it creates like diverse. It it creates like a difference between each segment of the track. Because if you just have drums going through like the entire track, then there's no break. Then there's no actual transitions, and there's no points of the track. It's just one point. Like you want those different points to create a difference in the track. Otherwise, it just gets kind of repetitive. But that's just me. I don't really know this genre, so my opinion right now is kind of just subjective. Done that one. I still got to check all the ones in the Discord as well, because I haven't checked in this for so long. I feel so bad for you guys. I'm so sorry that I haven't got back to all these. There's probably like hundreds here.
Let's go. Damn. Peace. Follow. Let's go. Damn.
I think you have the right idea here, but there's a lot of frequencies missing throughout the track. I mean, for example, here you've got, I know you're using that same kind of sample hard trap sound, but you need to layer it with something underneath it. I mean, you can even just pitch it down, make a duplicate and pitch it down a few octaves with like I don't know, pitcher plugin or whatever you want to use, or just transpose it, whatever DAW you're using, and just layer it with that sound. As I can tell, you've just like chopped up this sample and like, started it and whatnot. Like the pattern's cool and everything, but it's just missing so much of that low end and mids. Here you've got kick drums that come in that fill out a bit more of that low end, but you're still missing the meat of the track. So like a lot of the sub is missing, especially. But you can see, I mean, even just looking at the waveform before even listening to it, you can see the difference here of how much those kicks are filling out the track here. In comparison to here, it's more so a lot more empty. It would also be cool if you use different sounds rather than the same one. Like that main one only really does sound good in a higher octave, like its original octave. an original note pretty much, because I can tell it's like a sample. It doesn't sound right when you're pitching it to that different note.
Bass. Follow.
And here, for example, there's a lot of distortion here. Need to be more careful with those filters. Especially when you play it out at a club, you'll like destroy the speakers. But you want to kind of have the sirens, FX kind of stuff sitting well below your main sounds, not above them, especially in that side area. But yeah, it was a cool idea for sure. I mean, like, it's good composition and whatnot. It's just some sounds are out of place. Mixing levels are a little bit off, so you just need to adjust slightly. Mainly just the FX and whatnot. You need to just pull things down. You got to think about it. Just everything needs to have a place. Just keep it really simple. I think people tend to try to overdo things a lot. Yeah, exactly. It does sound, yeah. Yeah, man. Best to try to do all that stuff and send it back, and I'll have another listen and see if I can give some more proper feedback on it. So I'm all about with these live streams, like there's no need to just send me one song and then don't send me anything again. Like you can send the same song again. Like whole point is I'm here to try and help you like improve. So yeah, like if any of you guys send me tracks and they're not 100% finished, you can still send them through and I'll feedback them. And then once you've used that feedback, you can improve it. And then I'll listen to it again when it's better and keep setting in again and again until you get it right.
Let me have a look at you. What's the matter? Your eyes, pupils, they worry me. They worry me. Your eyes.
They worry me.
the main thing here about this truck is that the 808 is so overpowering that it's like chewing up your entire headroom. It's mainly because you've got the top end of the 808. It's really clashing with all these other sounds. You need to just take a low cut and just like get rid of all that high end that you don't need. You only really need that mid and like a little bit of the top end. I mean, you can do EQ dips as well. That definitely helps. But the best thing is to just get like a high pass, whatever, low cut, whatever, and just like kind of shape the 808 to what you actually need. Like just find out the area of the 808 that you actually need, mix it in with the kick, and then mix all your other sounds around that. Things like all the other sounds are kind of getting a little bit distorted because they're being pushed up against this 808 in the same frequency. If that snare sounds pretty weak, you could definitely try using a different snare, something that has more attack. Or you can chuck a transient designer on that and just try and process it a lot more harder so then it cuts through the mix. I would also try and find a top kick to layer on top of that 808 because right now it's somewhat, doesn't really have much attack on the transient. I'm not too sure if there actually is a kick there, but either way, I can't really hear it. So either swap it out or just get a completely different kick and layer it on top of that 808. At this point, I wouldn't worry about, I agree, all these sounds do need saturation, but before you do that, you need to make sure that you get your levels right because otherwise you're just adding saturation to already distorted material. So you need to turn down everything, especially that 808. Find out where you want that 808 to sit. I mean, generally I have my 808 sitting at like -6. Like this is with a limiter on, so it doesn't really it doesn't jump any higher than -6. I mean, I have my subs at like -8. I have my 808s at -6. So for trap tracks, I have the 808 is a lot louder than what a sub would be on a dubstep track for me, because I have my subs at -8. So the reason being is because like the 808 is way more dominant and way more powerful in a trap track than anything else. It's like the main element. So I have it a lot louder. But, you know, everybody does their shit differently. But that's just, I generally find once you figure out what levels you want to set all your sounds at, like a generalization of what levels you want to set them at, everything else falls into place. And every time you make a new track, you can just follow those same values and your tracks will just be finished so much quicker. Like think about it. If you set up everything perfectly, like you have your kick at 0, your snare at 0 or -2, depending on what you want to do. You have your sub at -8 or -6, and you have your synths at like -3 or 0 or something. If you follow all that and you create your own rules like that, you're going to finish all your stuff really quick, especially in mixdown. Everyone's different though. Everyone mixes differently. Everyone, you know, some people mix at the very end. I tend to do it at the very start and as while I'm actually finishing the track. So it's really subjective.
Don't you ever stop.
This is dope, but I'll just say this here before I forget. But I feel like the groove could be shuffled a bit just for just for a bit of variety here. You brought in some percussive sound that you could have just kept going on like triplets or honestly, I would have kept that little laser that you had here that was going on like the triplets, whatever. Like that, I would have kept that going until the very end. Might as well. I would have kept it going, and I would have like had it slowly pitch up and then slowly pitch down, slowly pitch up, slowly pitch down. Just adds. Like for techno house tracks like that, you need that variation. Because otherwise I can click there and I can click here and it will sound exactly the same. I don't know if I would use that high-pitched sound there because that was very harsh resonance. Like that could really hurt people's ears at a like festival or even a club, depending on the sound system. Maybe that's really 3K, 5K hertz strong. I would maybe bring it down a few octaves. This melody that you brought in with the new synth actually fits with the vocal though. Kind of like, I don't know, conflicts with the general vibe that you had going on here. I don't know, that's just me though. I kind of liked how it was before in this area. You could have, I think that a more darker vibe would fit here better, but hey, that's just me. like a lot of the layers were kind of clashing a little bit. They weren't as clean as I would have liked. Like low chords, I would have used a little higher octaves on some of the, like, because you've got like the low overdrive kind of bass there. I'm guessing that's the name, hyperdrive. But I would have like put some of those a little higher. I don't know how many layers you've got there, but that main sound that's above the MIDI bass, I would put that an octave higher, or just mix it a lot lower so it's not kind of conflicting with that low bass. Honestly, I really wished that this first half of the drop was just a straight up like electro banger, as in what I was expecting was just a bass that would just be rising up and up and up and up, because you had so much tension building up here. And then it kind of went into like that melodic part too early. The thing is with these kind of tracks, in my opinion, it's better to go really aggressive and hard here. And then the second half, we bring in some kind of hook. I would, even for my own tracks, I would have this as an entire aggressive part. And then there would be another drop segment after it that would be the melodic part that would give the listener something to latch onto, thus like a hook or something. Or what you could do, which is what you've done here as well, is have the hook / melody here in the actual second drop. But like this first segment here, I would have like this segment here. Like if you had that, like up and up and up, and you just repeat it, because that's like some Porter Robinson shit. The breakdown is very Porter Robinson, definitely with all the feels, not the feels. I think it's a sick track, but fuck, man, I just wish that was like, you know, really hectic, aggressive kind of drop here. So instead of it going to that melody, it would just go up and up and up, and just keep repeating it for like that entire segment. And then at 1:15, you can bring it back to how it originally was with the melodic part. But it's a sick track, definitely your best yet, in my opinion. Actually, no, that's not true. I've definitely heard one of your tracks with I forget his name. It's like Scafetta or something. I don't know. Your collabs with him are pretty tight as well.
Modern artists tend to put weird sounds in their music nowadays. Just search up some modern music, and you'll hear some pretty weird sounds. I don't really have a problem with them putting like weird and funky sounds in their songs. I mean, some of them are cool, some of them are just flat out stupid. But, you know, the thing is, when you make it repetitive, it's not cool, okay? It's not cool. Oh, God!
Really unique, man. I like the flow of it. I'm finding it now, like so many people are just making the same shit. So now when people make all this experimental shit, like honestly, this today's feedback session is a lot of experimental music, that's for sure. Like 9 out of 10 of the tracks that have been sent today have been mostly either like fully experimental or like deep dub. Thanks for your feedback. I will make adjustments to my 808. I try to add a higher layer of 808. So here, it's fine. Yeah, the thing is, Miles, is that if you just instead of just like duplicating that layer, just mix in like a saw bass, but you take out all the low end. Like you just get a basic saw and distort it, like put a bit crusher on it even. So it just gives it that distorted kind of tinge. And you take out all the low ends, so it's just the top end. And you limit it or soft clip it, whatever you want to do with clipping, and you pull it down all the way, like the volume all the way down. Oh, and so dusty my house, and I'm allergic to dust. Yeah, pull it down all the way, the volume, and you mix it underneath your 808 pretty much, and it will save you so much headroom. Yeah, Jared. I'm all about the hecticness. No, you know, like I'm always about the heavy drops. So of course our feedback's going to be different between me and Alex, no doubt. Honestly, I didn't know what to say on this one because I thought it was really sick groove and everything. Maybe the snare could be a bit more. Yeah, like kick and snare, just a bit more transit designer. It doesn't seem like it's kicking through hard enough. Like from me listening on these headphones, that's for sure. and there's not much top end in comparison to all the synths that are built around it. So like even if you just added a top kick on top of that, I know you've already released it and whatnot, but if you plan to unrelease it and then release it again, I would put a top kick on top.
You know it in your gut, still. You better not. You better not.
It sounds like the snare has some kind of delay. Like it has this tail that isn't happening at the same time as the actual transient. It's happening like a second after. It's going like after the snare, which is the snare's tail, but it's happening delayed. With the snare. I'm not too sure if that was intentional or not, but if not, you might want to get that checked out.
It's true love.
It's the same thing as well. Just your kick and snare. I would replace the snare altogether. Same with the kick drum. Just get a different kick drum, different snare. Transient designer. Yeah. That's all I have to say. I think I may wrap this one up because also dropped another one above. You just played a feedback stream if it's time. Nah, my ears are actually hurting really bad. I think these headphones are like, I don't know if it's the headphones, but these ones, like, I get really tired. Well, my ears get tired really easily. Plus, I am actually tired. I've had a coffee and I'm still like wrecked. Really good submissions today. Probably one of the best ones. Well, definitely the most unique submissions for a stream today for sure. So good job, guys. I'm going to be trying my best to keep doing these more often. I was really, really fucking busy these last few months trying to finish more music because I haven't put out any new music in about like 6 months. Let me check. When did the EP come out? EP came out 5 months ago. So I really need to put out some new music ASAP. Well, I've got like, well, this is going to be the follow-up to Vermin. I can't really play that just yet, but what can I? I won't show you guys that one yet, but that's meant to be the EP. The next one, I am waiting to hear back from the label, but I've literally just been working on that shit. I haven't really had much time to be doing these live streams, but I think I'm getting back into like the whole YouTube shit because like I finally bought like a proper fucking GoPro here. Even though it's just a basic number 6, GoPro 6, it's still good enough just for me to do vlogs and whatnot. So, and it's so handy because like it's just like that. I can fit into my pocket and whatnot. And it's got a tripod as well, which is great. So the plan is that all my shows when I'm over East and whatnot, I can vlog and put it up here on YouTube. And same goes for like tutorials and whatnot. I'm going to get back into that ASAP. Got a lot of time coming up where I'll be able to work on that. As well as I'm hoping to put out a video really soon on sample pack creation because I'm working on a sample pack right now for Unison. That's meant to be out next month, I think. Oh, it's October, I believe, if it's up in their schedule. But yeah, I'm going to put out a video on that soon to show you that whole process because it's a really interesting process. But other than that, guys, Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate those who subscribe and whatnot. And I'll see you guys next time.